If an employee resigns and you get stuck with no backups in place, it's likely that your company may start to lose income for a couple of weeks. Similarly, if sales go up and you have no one free to allocate on the new projects, yet again, you're likely to lose income. The solution for this could feel like having extra people around as bench staff who will be ready to get into the game when the time is right. But having too many billable team members or bench strength could also mean money down the drain. So how do you go about plugging these unexpected yet very real income leakages in your business? Hey there, I'm Tabish Bibikar and I coach and mentor founders of software companies to build scale in their business fast. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to create profitable resource forecasts for recruitment at your company. Creating that right staffing strategy is the real secret sauce, and any company that masters this is able to scale super well. But let me elaborate the why focus on this area a little more for you. Firstly, money matters. Staff salaries in a software development company are close to about 60% of your entire income. So think of it as your ticket to managing costs like a pro. Secondly, it helps you ensure projects are delivered on time, which means less sleepless nights for you, happy customers, and higher retention. Thirdly, it's so important for talent retention. Thoughtful forecasting efforts help identify talent gaps and opportunities for skill enhancements. You can spot some superstars and help them get recognized. Last but not the least, accurate forecasts also help you have billable positions close timely, which means more money again. A healthy staffing forecast relies on multiple variable inputs which are constantly changing. Also, some of these input variables are more predictable and reliable than others. So it usually feels a bit of a gamble every time. Unless, of course, you have a reliable analytics tool implemented across your company. There are, of course, many AI-powered tools available today that could be implemented. But I've seen a lot of companies create resource budgets diligently, but they forget to work on forecasts. Remember, budget and forecast is not the same thing. Budgets are static and target oriented, whereas forecasts are dynamic and aim to be closer to reality. Alright, so it's really a no-brainer, right? That you just have to get your resource forecasts right. So let's start to break down the steps on how to go about creating your forecast. Step 1, look at the existing project demand. Take a real close look at what's happening in your current projects. I've been a project manager myself, so I know how PMs love to hold on to their resources as much as they can and hate releasing them to other projects. So you need to chase them up and ensure every resource is billable. Some projects may have badly created schedules where all developers are sitting idle while they're waiting for testing to be completed and bugs assigned to them for fixing. Shortage of testers actually means that they are overutilized while the development team becomes underutilized in this particular case. And your client is actually losing out on precious time waiting for the software to be delivered to them. This is simply bad planning. Also check if PMs are regularly engaging with customers to seek new opportunities for account growth and are feeding you the predictions on the added-on demand. Or in some cases, it could even be ramped down tips. This shouldn't be coming out as a surprise for you. Okay? So discuss this in detail with your PM. Step 2, let's look at the new business demand. Ensure there are weekly review meetings with sales to capture new business demands from them. Remember to create some thumb rules, of course, For every salesperson's prediction, some sales executives are far more optimistic and some others could be very pessimistic. So you'll have to take a judgment call here based on some history data with this team from your CRM. The third area to look at is attrition. Always plan for attrition, please, well in advance. An employee leaving a company is not a new thing, yet every time someone leaves, business owners go through this huge emotional turmoil and take huge hits on revenues. Attrition rate was extremely high during the COVID times, but it has come down significantly across the IT industry and setting close to the previous normal of about 17 to 18% or so. This percentage includes the voluntary and forced attrition combined. So keep a watch out and create your backup plans accordingly. Okay? The fourth area to look at is, of course, leadership gaps and succession planning. This is often an area that goes underestimated. If you come across an exhausted founder of a company, it's usually a sign that he or she has gaps in his leadership team. Create a detailed organization structure breakdown and identify areas where you're spending more time, or look closely at areas where there seems to be more chaos. It's quite likely that the current leader there has a skill gap to handle, or the team that just isn't the right fit, or there isn't anybody in that role at all. For example, a number of companies don't bother hiring a finance manager. They have an accountant, but nobody is really overlooking the work of the accountant itself. So it's now up to the business owner to be the manager and be the strategic finance person himself or herself, which means there is limited bandwidth to look at other areas for growth. The fifth area to look at is skill gaps across the company. Spot skill gaps carefully across the organization. You could be lacking a business analyst or a test manager or a DevOps lead that could be keeping some strategic projects behind. You know what I mean? Now, accurate forecasting requires the right data and processes and, of course, some tools. Let's take a look at what you need. Okay. So firstly, set up a process to collect and collate this data from all relevant sources in these 5 areas as discussed. Next, set aside some time every fortnight to go over the collated data. If your company is close to about 100 people already, then it's time for you to invest in a good software tool that helps you track employee skills, availability, and project allocation. Now, create a forecast sheet by estimating the number of employees needed for each project. Identify the skill gaps and create plans for training and development. For the additional people that you need to hire externally, ensure that the hiring plans are updated. Regularly review your forecast and keep adjusting. Okay? Creating profitable recruitment forecasts for your software development company is an ongoing process. It's not something that you do just once. Create it once and keep reviewing and updating on a regular basis. When done right, it ensures that you have the right people with the right skills at the right time, which ultimately leads to great profitability and success. If you would like to create a structure quickly to create your forecast and get validation, then reach out to your business coach and master the skill. If you've liked this video, do like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such videos sharing tips on scaling up. Thank you for watching.